What's good, boys? Welcome to another video on my page. All right. Gold XAUUSD. Actually, I have gotten into a trade this morning, and it was a loss. Yeah, don't know, but it ended up being a loss. Uh, Market was actually dying at this point. You know, I entered the buy, and market went straight to stop loss. Right, market went straight to stop loss. So, but we have been on some daily move, right? We've been on some daily move. We've been on some daily move on gold. I think gold has been bearish. Basically, my intention on gold was, after we've gotten this neckline broken, so it meant to be a retracement, then continue upward. But gold didn't do that. Instead, it tanked like this. So we are pretty much bearish now. So we are pretty much bearish now, right? So this phase, it's over. This phase right there is over. This is another phase right here. Right, so now I want to be focusing on this movement. Alright, so we only go bearish if the market ended and closing above this. But we're pretty much in the bearish movement. We're gonna say this is a bearish movement because this was the latest break, and we got the retracement into this point, and markets started dropping. That was on daily. Right, so this is a daily protected eye. So if we are to buy from any point on this area or axis, we are to buy from any point here. The buy is gonna be up to this point, right up to this daily high. Or we may extend it higher than that. Right, so we have two things we can consider right now. It's either if the markets wanna keep going down, but one thing I've noticed is fine. I like the way market has just been very bearish. Reason being is if we have any retracement, for example, that has to do with the bullish side. We just need one pullback, a little bit of retracement, and boom, we continue the buy to the upside. Right, there's one fun thing about if the market is retracing aggressively. Let's take this place as a scenario. As you can see right here, we have really bullish. Then we have this retracement, very bearish. Then we have this retracement, then we had the break, and then immediately break that point. That was a strong spike. Now, same thing happened here. Bullish, retracement, then boom. Right. So this was CPI news. This movement right here was CPI news. I knew it was going to buy, but I was not active because due to the fact that momentum has been dying. Sellers momentum has been dying right there. So the right thing was to enter for a buy and enjoy CPI buy also. But I wasn't active on the trade because I was on the road. Right, so Now the bias is kind of we are not sure of what the bias is, but we have to look at the daily time frame structure. We are gonna say we are on the bearish move, right? This is a retracement. Now this is only going to be active if we break below this, right? If we break below this, we're gonna go for a sell. But if we don't, my buy is gonna be bullish. You get what I mean? My buy is gonna be bullish. So actually I should have gone for the sell right there because we got in these three movements. One, two, three. After I was gonna go for the sell. But I didn't pay attention to the daily time frame this morning. I actually took the trade from while I was asleep. I saw the 1 hour um momentum dying and then I entered the trade. No, I didn't blame myself because that's what I saw. I was actually expecting to buy the market since yesterday. I was waiting for the retracement to be dead, which ended up not being dead. Actually, I should have, if I'm to pay attention to the daily, right, I'm to pay attention to the daily, I'm meant to, I'm picking the sell right from this point. But the question will be what will have been our entry points? Question will have been what will have been our entry points. 3 points will have been here. As you can see, we have momentum dying. We had the break. 15 minutes will have been here. Yeah. Actually, gold has been slow. It just gave only 2 1. Alright, so what we want to do right now, what I'm kind of open for right now is the buy momentum. Right, I'll be interested in buying, but I'll not be interested in buying if the market can fall beneath this point. But in as market is not fall beneath this point, we might be having a serious movement. Yeah, tum, 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 tum. And once market does something like this, it's targeting this point next. So when I ride it up to this point, you understand? So we're just gonna be patient. And if market likes, market can sweep against this point. You just a little. This is a minor retracement, just like what market did there also. And the reason is because what market did this also made me to buy earlier on today because this is kind of change of character. Right, I use the body market counted it as liquidity or whatever I want to count it as. So it seems it's gonna happen here. So if market ended up having a body close beneath this point, I'm still now moved up only if market has a body close beneath this point. But if market doesn't do that, and I like the fact that market is having an aggressive bearish, I wish I can show you guys a scenario of if market is having an aggressive bearish movement. Bullish, bullish, bam, bullish, bullish. Also interested in buying XAUUSD. Trading and buying. Interested in buying. We're just gonna be, actually 4 hours started having a dead momentum. Alright, it's momentum has started dying. You go to 2 hours, you see the market finds it difficult to go beyond that point. Momentum has started dying. Momentum has started dying. No recession, no momentum, no volume. Alright, let's see what New York has so far. But I'm only going to be entering this trade USC. It's a kind of like a break or a change of character. Mostly on. But it's crazy how good my one boom. Yeah, and the one over. If we get a break above this, we're gonna go for the buy. So that's my analysis. And once it gets played out, I'm going to be editing the video and posting it. Right. So see you guys after or anytime I see a setup again. Right. Alright, boys. The trade went exactly as predicted. Um, as you can see right now, market just moved and we're having a little bit of retracement. But just like as I explained earlier on, market is going to buy. So I'm going to be targeting these points, right? Well, I'm targeting here for first TP. For the first TP, I'll be targeting here first. Then I'm going to be holding it to this point though. But let's see what market has to offer. I might add additional position. I don't know. I don't know if it's the right thing for me to do now. But I think I have to look at the previous time from like 30 minutes to see if there's kind of a retracement or just an aggressive move or just an aggressive move. Not yet an retracement, but let's see. But I'm gonna be I've set the trade at break even now. I'm not risking anything. I'm just hoping for the profit to be larger. Right. So that'll be it for this trade. I'm just gonna set alarm on this point. This point and the break even point also. Making it 30. So this is gonna be previous high 8, previous high 8. Then it's gonna be the FTP. Alright, so there's gonna be break even. Gonna be break even. Break even. Right, so I send it straight to the channel also. As you can see, I told them to buy XAUUSD now. New X session just opened. And immediately I said that market started moving drastically, and as you can see, market's currently increasing profits. Now we are having some little bit of retracement, but I'm going to be holding this trade to that previous high. Have we gotten 3 hour around this point? I think we've gotten 3 hour. We've almost gotten 3 hour. I'm not targeting 3 hour. I'm targeting this previous high. Hopefully we get there, and this is gonna be more of TP. So I'm going to be holding position if I see a protected low being created. Alright, so once this market break above this, I'm going to need time put my stop loss being this. So let's see how this goes. And one lesson I've learned is when once you get into a live account, they have to take it slowly, like gradually, not being too aggressive. Because that's what make one of my prompt friends gone down, draw down, and it's really crazy. Right. So and now I'm just taking my time. I'm making sure I'm losing minimal and my profit is like times 3 or times 4 of my loss if the trade should go against me. Right, that is for this trader. Let's see what the trade has to do if it got to full TP.